Hey everybody, how's it going? Josh here, and today we're going to do a video talking about Kong vs. Mothra from MonsterVerse. Now, the Kong we're talking about in this video is from Kong Skull Island, just because as of recording this, we don't have anything tangible to work off of with how Kong will be depicted in the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong film. Now, similar to our Kong vs. Rodan video, the first good news for Kong in this type of matchup is that he has history interacting with flying creatures in the form of psycho vultures. But besides that, Mothra has abilities Kong may have never been able to anticipate or have seen before, such as Mothra's God Rays, which would presumably be very overwhelming to a being like Kong's senses, especially his sight, for example. Another little secret weapon that Mothra has is the fact that she has a hidden stinger, which is something that Kong may not be able to anticipate because no creature we have seen so far has had a hidden weapon like that, especially a flying creature that Kong may or may not have kind of danced with, so to speak. The closest thing maybe Kong, you could say, would have adjusted to is the fact that psycho vultures have some sort of energy projection like abilities, shooting like lightning stuff out of their mouths. But besides that, I mean, a hidden stinger is kind of definitely a different kind of ball game. That's more of a melee weapon to the fight, so more up close, Kong may not be able to anticipate and react to something as quick as that. However, you can make the opposite argument that Kong may be able to react to an object, quickly like that, such as a hidden stinger, because he's had to fight beings such as the lunging skull crawlers. So if you watch Kong Skull Island, one thing you may or may not notice is Kong quickly kind of grabbing the skull crawlers before they can bite them or do whatever they want, which definitely requires good reactionary skills. And I really do think that Kong's biggest advantage in this fight is the fact that he has opposable thumbs with his hands and also his just brute strength in general, because he may be able to grab Mothra's large wings and use that to smash her into the ground. I mean, Mothra's advantage is definitely, yes, her flight and her hidden stinger with the other abilities such as the God Rays, but besides that, she doesn't have really any directly offensive abilities that would, let's say, damage and weaken Kong in a straight head-to-head fight. Like her flight and God Rays, we don't really know anything about the God Rays enough to tell us that this is a directly offensive weapon, besides it kind of being a solar flare-like ability that would stun/blind your opponent. And the hidden stinger is great, but that would also require you to get closer to Kong, where he would have more of the advantage and take away your wing advantage with your flight, because unlike Rodan's wings, Mothra's wings look a lot more sensitive and delicate just due to the fact that she's more of a caterpillar to butterfly type creature than a pterodactyl-like creature, which presumably, especially with Rodan's brute size and the fact that he has volcanic pieces all over him, I mean, Rodan's just a lot more powerful in that type of comparison, or at least he would win in that type of comparison, both from a durability standpoint with his wings, but also I would say offensive capability standpoint, because he can just kind of swing his wings around and drag molten rock along with him, which could burn Godzilla in ways the napalm stuff also similarly hurt and burned Godzilla in the Kong Skull Island film. Now, one secret weapon offensively Mothra may have is being able to fire silk to wrap up opponents. That's something she's done in the past in previous incarnations of the character. We haven't really received anything that told us she can do that in the MonsterVerse, but considering all the different things, and we know we're going to see her through her different forms leading up to her more traditional butterfly-like appearance, I wouldn't be surprised if Mothra ended up being able to shoot out silk, because presumably she's going to have to use silk to put herself in some sort of cocoon. So if she can put herself in a cocoon through silk, being the type of interesting titan she is, I wouldn't be surprised if she could use silk for more offensive reasons. But overall, I do think Kong would win this battle, largely just due to his greater versatility in combat. He can do things that Mothra can't, such as properly grab and throw things, use things as weapons or shields, and also if he gets his hands on Mothra, Mothra's body type is a lot different than Rodan's body type. So having Mothra's wings in your hand, I feel like cripples Mothra a lot more than it would for Rodan. However, at the same time, in those types of instances, that's where it really comes down to asking, alright, well, what about her hidden stinger? How will the hidden stinger come into play how long is a hidden stinger, for example? That's one thing that I think people are really curious about. And the reason why I say her wings are more of a liability than a strength, in ways that I said Rodan's is kind of a strength, is because Mothra is 52 feet tall, but her wingspan is 803 feet. So definitely you can tell a lot more of her is wings than it is body. So that's why I say the wings are more of a liability in close combat, presuming the wings have the same type of sensitivity and weakness and durability that the creatures she's based on in real life have. But comment below your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about this type of fight? This is the last of these we're doing for right now. I thought it would just be an interesting exercise to do because we know Kong's going to fight Godzilla. So if he's going to fight Godzilla, we might as well kind of peek and discuss how he would do against Mothra or Rodan. Obviously Ghidorah would kick his ass, so it's not even worth going into. But comment below your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about this? And we'll see you guys later.